I'd like to open the Cab Administration Board meeting at 2:35 p.m. And I'd like to announce in attendance today will be Phil Calderon, Deputy County Executive, Bruce Hidley, County Clerk, and Andrew Joyce, Chairman of the County Legislature. I'd now like to entertain a motion to accept the September 16, 2019 Contract Administration Board meeting minutes.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Thank you. So we have a large agenda today, so let's get started here. First on the agenda is contract number 5125. Department is probation. The vendor is Automon LLC. The estimated amount is $27,887. The estimated term is 1/15/20 through 1/14/21. The scope of service will be annual support and maintenance of probation automation system Caseload Explorer. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments and questions.
Thank you, Mr. Hidley. So this product we've been using for several years, and it's basically all the functions we do with probation. It handles all the documents, all of our case activities. We use it for juvenile and adult services. It also has a financial component where we can track and analyze all the restitution that we collect from our offenders. It's an everyday use for staff. It also integrates with New York State Department of DCJS to integrate and interfaces so it collects data and it analyzes it at the state level also. It's in all probation departments in New York State.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? I'd like to entertain a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried.
Thank you very much.
Contract number 5109. Department is the nursing home. The vendor is DentServe Dental Services PC. The estimated amount is $66,000. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. Scope of service: the contractor dentist provides the dental service to the residents of the nursing home. This includes, but is not limited to, providing a licensed dentist and dental assistant for a minimum of 8 hours per week, both of whom shall work additional hours when necessary to meet the residential needs without any additional cost to the county. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
DentServe has been servicing the nursing home for around 20 years now. This is a renewal of their contract for 1 year, and it was originally RFP'd, and they were the only bidder at the time.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract number 5110. Department is nursing home. The vendor is Ridgefield Associates. The estimated amount is $35,000. The estimated term is 2/9/20 through 2/8/21. The scope of service: New York State Department of Health and Centers for Medicare and Medicaid codes, rules and regulations. Life Safety and the National Fire Protection Association required that skilled nursing facilities have a fire safety and emergency management program that monitors all emergency fire detection, alarm, and extinguishing systems, evacuation and staff competencies, and an ongoing basis by a credentialed, qualified person/company. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
This is a service that's required under federal and state regulatory requirements. This was originally RFP'd. Ridgefield Associates was awarded this contract, and we're asking for a 1-year renewal.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Carried. Contract 5112, nursing home. Vendor is LLV Office Concepts, LLC. The estimated amount is $99,565. The estimated term is 11/1/19 through 12/31/20. And to provide shelving units throughout the nursing home. It's 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
The shelving is part of our renovation project. This will be going into the storage areas. This was an RFQ. It'll be reimbursed through the capital expenses of the nursing home and submitted to the health department.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract 5114, the nursing home. The vendor is Mildred Ellie. The estimated amount is $27,720. The estimated term is 3/1/20 through 2/28/23. The scope of service, Mildred Ellie will work with the home in recruiting prospective certified nursing assistants who receive their training through Mildred Ellie instructors while interning at the home. The tuition will be paid by the home, providing each student enters in an employment agreement to work at the home full-time for 2 years. And this is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
This is a program that we entered into approximately a year ago, and it allowed for this renewal, which we're now requesting. This is a program to assist us with recruitment, where, as stated, staff members, prospective staff members will go through the CNA, this is for Certified Nursing Assistants, their program. They'll receive their training at the nursing home, and once employed, they will sign a 2-year commitment to the nursing home, and at which time we pay for their tuition, and that's what this represents. It should be pointed out that the first year that this program was in place, we only spent around $2,000.
Is that right?
People, so,
Really?
yeah, it's working. but not
It's
as
a great
much.
program. I'm surprised they don't take advantage of it.
And they're still with the nursing home?
Yes,
Okay.
2 people, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Could do a little more to promote that.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yes.
yeah, I agree. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. And contract 5120, Department is Nursing Home. Vendor is MM Hayes Company, Inc. The estimated term is 4/1/20 through 3/31/23. The scope of service, the contractor shall perform maintenance and software updates for the Kronos timekeeping system for the home. This is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Kronos is the timekeeping system for the county. It's managed by MM Hayes of Albany. This is a 3-year contract with MM Hayes to maintain that system and provide updates to the software.
Okay, any other comments or questions?
Just like to add to that, Bruce.
Yes.
Previous, the nursing home had a capital plan to update their Corona system, and they carry extra services in this that the county doesn't use whole countywide. They have a fingerprint reading system, they have a time scheduling system, and these are the ancillary services that are provided just at the nursing home.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Thalen. Any other comments or questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Now, if my colleagues on the CAB board does not mind, I'd like to jump ahead and go to our last page of the meeting. There's an addendum to the agenda that deals with the nursing home. It's contract number 5129, so that Mr. Slackney does not have to sit here through the entire CAB meeting. I'm going to ask if you guys are okay if I jump to that on the agenda.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. So we're going to jump to contract number 5129. It's the nursing home. The vendor is Audio Video Corporation. The estimated amount is $58,316. The estimated term is for 24 months, so I'm going to ask you to clarify exactly when that term begins and ends. And the scope of service is to purchase and install audio-visual system to the Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. I got to get used to saying that. Conference Center. This installation will include amplifier, digital media system, speakers, monitors, receiver, podium, cables, and connectors, and customer care service to maintain the system, and is 100% county funded.
Okay, I'll start with the question. This is a 2-year agreement because it covers the maintenance part of the contract. The installation, once approved, I need to explain that as well, will run for 2 years. So we're hoping that it will start in around 30 days. And then once installed, will be a 2-year maintenance agreement. This was a coordinated effort between our audio visual department, IT department, procurement, and the nursing home, trying to get all those pieces together. I want to point out, and that's why it's not here, so we're asking that this be approved pending the understanding that everything needs to be on state contract, and if it's not on state contract, it'll be taken off the order so we can get it in because they're ready to install.
Okay.
And it's a 6 to 8 week preparation time to get all the software together for the installation. If it turns out that something's not on state contract, it will be removed from the proposal.
Very good. Thank you for the explanation. Any other comments or questions for Mr. Slacky? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion is carried.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so we'll go back to the regular order of the agenda, which brings us to contract number 5123. And the department is road machinery maintenance. The vendor is HL Gauge Sales. The estimated amount is $99,000. It's a one-year term, 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. It allowed the purchase of parts and repairs for the department's International Harvester trucks, 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi. Yes, this is a request for renewal of our contract with HL Gauge for the purchase of parts for over 30 of our vehicles and the occasional repairs necessary on certain vehicles. We went with $99,000 as we do every year because that's the maximum amount we can do without going to the ledge. However, just to clarify, in years past, I thought you might be interested, we've spent in 2017 $55,000 on parts, $64,000 on parts in 2018, and $82,000 on parts. So the $99,000 just gives us the leeway in case.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Very good, thank you. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 5119. The department is Stormwater Coalition. The vendor is VHB Engineering Surveying and Landscape Architectural PC. The estimated amount is $5,785. The estimated term is 7 months until June 30th of 2020. The scope of service is to extend terms to June 2020 of existing 2-year contract, general support for time and materials with a not-to-exceed figure, type of support, organize and upload the storm system data to the SWIM mapper, password maintenance, metadata maintenance, and troubleshoot performance issues with the coalition and the county's IT staff. So, Mr. Thalen, I'm going to have to
Sure thing.
ask for your assistance on this one because I don't see any fiscal impact on this, and it is under the amount that we normally approve.
So the do not exceed, the total contract was officially awarded at CAB before for the amount of $20,500. And that contract runs out, I believe, December 9th, December 7th, December 6th. This request is to extend that contract to not increase the do not exceed of $20,500. The remaining balance of the contract is $5,785. So they've spent $14,000 roughly of the original contract. The original contract is about to expire. This is the extension to ask to finish the project in that time frame. So the 7 months is basically a contract extension. So the time frame of the contract has run out of the original contract.
So we're extending the time, and then the
That's what's remaining
$5,785 is
of
what
the
remains
original.
on the contract. So really, all we're caring about is the time here.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
That would be me.
be you.
No, that's an accurate description. It's a mapping service that all the coalition members use. And it's vital to the stormwater program that everybody's implementing right now.
No problems with that. I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, no,
with
it was a,
It was
we went back and
a-
forth a few times is the best way to
Right.
represent it.
Okay.
But we wanted to show that there was approximately $5,800 remaining on the original contract.
Okay.
So,
Any other comments or questions then? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Next on the agenda is Contract 5076. Department is Aging. The vendor is the Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York. The estimated amount is $45,000. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. The scope of service, the contractor will provide legal advice, advocacy, counseling, and representation to older adults aged 60-plus in social and/or economic need that reside in Albany County. In addition, shall perform community education and outreach to inform the older adult population of their legal rights. I'm very happy to see this because I'm 61 years old and I might need this assistance.
You need all the help you can get.
I now open the floor to comments or questions.
The Department for Aging has a contract with Legal Aid. They're our one and only contractor for legal services for our older adults, 16 and above in Albany County. They service roughly about 200, a little over 200 older adults in the county. And they do this through their main site down at 95 Central Avenue, their new site. But they also, within our contract, we have an attachment that has a schedule, an intake schedule, that disperses certain areas without the county. So for seniors that can't make it into Albany, they have certain locations that they can go to for their convenience. And there's about 8 of them.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Next on the agenda is Contract 5077, Department is Aging. The vendor is the Colony Senior Services. The estimated amount is $44,996. The estimated term is 1/1/20 until 12/31/20. The scope of service, the contractor shall provide adult day service to targeted older adults 60-plus residing in Albany County. Adult day service includes supervision, monitoring, personal care, and nutrition in a protective setting for less than a 24-hour period. The fiscal impact is 10% county, 90% federal, and I don't believe I mentioned that in the other, on the last contract, 5076. It was also 10% county and 90% federal funded.
This contractor is one of 3 of our adult day service providers. They offer the service at two of their sites. I know that we have 3 written down here, but the Guilderland site has closed down. Roughly between 15 and 25 people go through this program, through the town, or through the Colony Senior Service Center, and they offer a respite to caregivers for their loved ones, where they can drop them off to a setting that is safe. It does have a nutritional meal attached to it, and it's usually less than 8 hours, but it does give the caregiver a certain time of respite for, and also offers the older adult a chance to socialize with people, in the social setting. But they also have cognitive impairment,
Okay.
Dementia or Alzheimer's.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? I'd like to entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Now I'm going to ask my colleagues to entertain a motion to bundle contracts number 5078 and 5079 into one vote.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. So what we're going to do is we're going to bundle these into one vote. Department is Aging, both of them. The vendors are the Albany Jewish Community Center and the Senior Citizens of Green Island. There are 2 estimated amounts. Albany is $45,420. Green Island is $40,672. The estimated terms are 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. And they are going to both provide congregate meals to eligible older adults residing in Albany County, meeting the criteria that is required by Albany County and New York State Office of, what's the acronym here?
Office for the Aging, New York State Office for the Aging.
Thank you. So both of these fiscal impacts are 10% to the county and 90% to the federal government. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
JCC, Albany Jewish Community Center, and Green Island Senior Citizen Center. Both of these are our smaller congregate meal sites, one offering 3,000 meals per year and the other one offering 41. They have one site. These are renewals. They're staying within their unit amounts for the year, and we're just renewing them for 2020.
Now, I can say I've been over to Green Island to see what they do over there, so I can tell you that this is a great program, and keep up the great work.
Yep. Sean Ward has brought a group over there this month and rave reviews about the meals, so
Yeah.
they're doing a good job.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Any other comments or questions?
For the JCC, do they do meals there, or they do meals there and distribute from there?
They do meals there. There's
Okay.
a Concord site right there.
We'll have to do a tour there as well. I'll get with the guy that represents that area, and we'll
I'd like to do
organize
that
that.
myself.
Yeah.
This is 2 of the 5 providers that we do have for
Yeah.
Concord meals.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Next on the agenda is Contract 5080, Department is Aging. The vendor is LifePath, Senior Services of Albany. The estimated amount is $33,284. The estimated term is 4/1/19 through 3/31/20. The scope of service, the contractor shall deliver the health insurance information counseling and assistance program and provide outreach, access, education, and assistance to individuals who are 65+ and/or disabled regarding Medicare, New York State EPIC, and other insurance programs, and this is 100% federally funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
This program, this is a health insurance information program that really is underfunded, but we contract this out to SSA, LifePath, and they handle roughly 1,000 to 1,100 older adults within Albany County and their health insurance issues and concerns. And they do this through a variety of ways. Some of them come through, SSA LifePath subcontracts out to Bethlehem, the town of Bethlehem, as well as the town of Colony, and they handle certain areas. And then we also have a certified HICAP representative within the department. So if a call comes through our New York Connects line, that call is usually forwarded over to our department, and the rep handles it. And sometimes these calls can take hours to resolve certain issues because a lot of the seniors just don't understand their the issues with the insurance, how to make the decisions. So our representative kind of brings them through that process and handles them from soup to nuts.
Okay, that's great. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep up the great work. And I'd like to welcome Ms. Clements to the big people's table. Sorry, I couldn't help that. Next on the agenda is contract number 5111. The Department of Human Resources. Oh, that's why we're here. Okay. The vendor is MM Hayes Company, Inc. The estimated amount is $75,545. The estimated term is 11/1/19 through 10/31/20. The scope of service is a Kronos Annual Maintenance Agreement, renewal, maintenance for payroll, and Smart Link interfaces. Mr. Thalen, once again, there are no fiscal impacts on here?
100% county.
100% county. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
This is our annual maintenance agreement with MM Hayes, and they provide the countywide Kronos timekeeping contract.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. I won't say anything. I'll let it go. 5184. Just give me a minute here, please.
We have one out of order first.
I don't even see it. I have 5084, but not 5184.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a typo. It should be 5084.
This one should be?
Yes.
Or this one should be? The agenda?
The agenda. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so we're all set then.
Everything else is
There
good.
you go.
Thank you. So it's contract number 5084. The department is Emergency Aid for Adults. The vendor is Capital Area Council of Churches. The estimated amount is $70,000. The estimated term is 11/1/19 through 4/30/20. The scope of service, this is a seasonal shelter which serves homeless men 18 years and older who are chronically homeless with no shelter options. This is broken down, the fiscal impact is the county 69.5%, the state 31.5%. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, so this is one of our seasonal shelters. The per diem rate is very low. They just handle a lot of our clients that are not allowed on other shelters because of many reasons. They also handle our code blue when the temperature goes below a certain temperature.
Okay, any other comments or questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Next on the agenda is Contract 5086. Department is purchase of services for recipient. The vendor is Homemade Service of Eastern New York. The estimated amount is $75,000. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. The scope of service, the provider will install and maintain electronic communication equipment in the home of frail, elderly, or disabled DSS clients. The equipment is designed to signal a monitoring agency for help when activated by an individual. This has two fiscal impacts. The county will be 53% and the state will be 47%. And I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, as stated here, it's one of our two contracts that we use for PERS, Personal Emergency Response Systems. They do a really good job, and it helps keep a lot of people out of nursing homes because they can stay in their homes. And
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Contract 5094, Department is Preventative Assistance Program. The vendor is Berkshire Farm Center and Services for the Youth. The estimated amount is $70,000. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. The scope of service, ongoing and overnight respite services to children who are suffering from a serious emotional disturbance and their families who are in need of relief from multiple stressors that may present within their family unit. Now, this fiscal impact is broken down into three. The county is 23%, the state is 37%, and the federal government is 40%. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, thank you. This is a renewal contract with Berkshire Farms, and we really, it's just a valuable service of having overnight respite and ongoing respite for youth. These children are served through our Children's Mental Health Clinic, our care management program, and it really has helped to reduce the access to emergency room visits as well as psychiatric hospitalization. And also, in addition, it will help to alleviate the stressors families are undergoing, so therefore not getting involvement with child protection because we're supporting services around the family.
Great. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract 5095. Department is Preventive Assistance Program. Vendor is Youth Life Support Network, Inc. The estimated amount is $99,988. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. The scope of services, community-based reintegration service, a direct intervention consistent with the risk needs responsivity framework and reintegration continuum model available to Albany County youth, primarily from the city of Albany, who are adjudicated as juvenile delinquent and/or persons in need of supervision and are placed in the custody of NYS OCFS. This fiscal impact is broken down into two. The county will be 38% and the state is 62%. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Thank you. This is also another renewal, and it's a community-based reintegration program. When children are placed into care in a residential program, we really begin the discharge planning at day one, that they really need to stay involved with their community, stay involved with their parent, because otherwise the integration back to the home will be much more challenging. So they actually use credible messengers, which are young adults who have gone through the juvenile justice system, either through a JD or a PINS petition. So they have walked the walk and know the challenges that these youthful offenders face.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? I'd like to entertain a motion.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. 5096, Department is Preventative Assistance Program. The vendor is Berkshire Farm Center and Use and Services for Youth. The estimated amount is $96,678. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. The scope of service, prevention service in collaboration with Schenectady County to provide functional family therapy to 40 families annually who have a youth at risk or of foster care placement due to either child welfare involvement or the juvenile justice involvement. The goal of the FFT is to prevent the need for placement in foster care, to serve as an alternative to detention, and expedite the reunification of youth transitioning from out-of-home care. Anticipated outcomes are improvement in school attendance and performance, improved family functioning, prevention of involvement or further involvement in the juvenile justice, child welfare systems, and prevention of the need for out-of-home placement detention. Now, this fiscal impact is broken down into three categories. The county will be 23%, the state will be 37%, and the federal government will be 40%. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Thank you. Yes, this FFT program is an evidence-based practice, and it serves children that through the probation department, but also through child welfare. And what it does, it's an evidence-based curriculum that really focuses on strengthening the family's skills. You know, what are they good at? What are their pro-social skills? And what implement various interventions that the family can then hopefully maintain the child in the home, manage those incorrigible behaviors, and have better outcomes.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract 5097, Preventive Assistance Program, vendor St. Anne Institute. The estimated amount is $61,451. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31/20. The scope of services, clinical sexual abuse fee for service for the provision of specialty prevention services. St. Anne Institute proposes to provide assessment and clinical services to children, individuals, and families who are dealing with issues related to sexual victimization and/or sexual offending. The specific service include clinical consultation and evaluations, including trauma assessment, sex offender risk assessment, and validation assessments. SAI will also provide specialized sexual abuse treatment services. The overarching goal for this program is the resolution of concerns related to the sexual victimization offending behavior, so that there is a reduced factor of foster care placement and/or reduction in length of placement. And once again, this is broken down into three fiscal impacts. The county will be 23%, the state will be 37%, and the federal government will be 40%. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, St. Anne's Institute has been a long-standing agency in our community and really has the expertise in sex abuse assessment for the victim as well as the offender. And we work with them very closely through our Child Advocacy Center and really help to, if you will, build a case to bring it to court and really get the child the treatment and services that they need so they're not re-offended.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract 5108. Department is Maintenance Roads and Buildings. The vendor is Clear Span Fabric Structures International, Inc. The estimated amount is $77,000. The estimated term is 11/1 through 12/31/19. The scope of service is the purchase and technical assistance with the installation of 2 removable fabric dome salt sheds. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and I apologize to you. I would have put you up on the agenda so you could get out of here, too.
That's okay. Yes, so county forces will be erecting the salt sheds in Colony and Queens. We're going to be purchasing from ClearSpan, and ClearSpan is also going to provide technical assistance during construction of the sheds.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract 5103, Department is General Services Administration. Vendor is Capolino Chevrolet. I'm assuming that's Chevrolet. Is that Chevrolet?
Chevrolet.
I believe so.
Chevrolet?
It's a new brand.
New brand?
Never heard of those?
New French truck?
French truck.
The estimated amount, I guess I'm just being a silly boy today, I don't know.
You're always a
Dan
silly boy.
Dan McCoy's gotten too, I've been around him too much lately. I'm sorry, the estimated amount is $31,563. The estimated term is 8 months, and the purchase of one 2020 Chevrolet Bolt EV 2LZ for Albany County Fleet utilizing NYSERDA grant funding, and it's 100% state funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
I'll actually take this one. So in 2018, we were awarded $250,000 to purchase 4 electric vehicles, Chevrolet Bolts, and 8 charging stations. Because of the competitive pricing we received, we have about $45,000 left in that grant. NYSERDA has authorized us to utilize that funding to purchase an additional vehicle. We've been happy with the performance of the Chevy Bolt and want to use the state funding to integrate another
Sure.
one into the fleet.
Makes a lot of sense. Any other comments or questions?
We couldn't get an Albany County dealership to take a bite at the apple?
One bidder, and it's from Buffalo.
Is that right?
Purchasing did a mini bid, and, that's what we got.
Okay.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then they wonder why they don't get business, right?
Right.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Contract 5105, the Department is Youth Bureau, Children, Youth, and Families. The vendor is Equinox, Inc. The estimated amount is $56,387. The estimated term is 1/1/19 through 12/31/19. The scope of services, Transitional Independent Living Program, to support independent living program for homeless youth ages 16 through 20. This fiscal impact is 100% state funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
This is the only transitional living program in Albany County. They currently have a waiting list. They offer apartment-style living, life skills, workforce development for at-risk and homeless youth.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. And just for the record, the actual scope of services is not what the agenda says, so I'm going to read it as exactly as the addendum that I have. So it's Contract 5106. Department is Youth Bureau, Children, Youth, and Families. The vendor is St. Anne Institute. The estimated amount is $36,000. The estimated term is 1/1/19 through 12/31/19. The scope of service, the emergency youth shelter to support homeless youth aged 13 through 17 is 100% state funded. And I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Again, this is the only emergency youth shelter in Albany County. St. Anne's opened last year, so it's their second year. It's a crisis shelter. Their main goal is reunification with the family, but it's an important asset to the community.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. And finally, contract number 5124. Department is Building Services. The vendor is Frank J. Ryan and Sons. The estimated amount is $99,550. The estimated term is 11/1/19 through 10/31/20. The scope of service is painting the offices and common areas of the first and second floors of the Department of Health and Mental Health. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, we issued an RFP out for painting contractors, and Frank J. Ryan was the lowest responsive bidder in that. This is part of the general services ongoing office improvement projects, painting and carpeting, and this will complete the painting down at the Health Department, Mental Health, at 175 Region.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. I'd now like to entertain a motion to close the CAB meeting at 3:15 PM.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
This is the last one,